What do you think? Good. Morning, everybody. It's Friday, September 23rd, 2016, and I'm off work today, but that doesn't mean I'm not working. So we are getting loaded up here to head over to shoot a wedding today. So I think it's going to be nice. It's a little bit humid, and this truck is about to be filled up. Alright. So I got the truck all loaded up, and I'm zooming over to get to Luke's house, and then we can get everything packed together. So last night I had a little bit of a issue hanging out with Luke and Ash and their friends at that bar we went to, and I was just so frustrated and pissed off. That's why I didn't make a closing clip last night talking about it. But long story short, we were there for like 45 minutes, or I should say 45 minutes after we ordered food. The waitress comes back, or the server comes back, and she's like, oh, hey, did you guys order this, this, or this? And we're like, no. She's like, oh, shoot. So she lost our ticket or whatever and had to retake our order. So this is after like 45 minutes. She's like, oh, I'll give you a free appetizer, whatever. So then another like 30 minutes goes by, and then we finally get the appetizer. So we're there for like an hour and 15 or something before we got any food. There's 4 or 5 people in our group, and she gives us one little appetizer of like little pickle fries or something. So we got like 4 French fry things each, okay? So then like another 15 minutes goes by. We're looking at about an hour and a half maybe total. And I'm like, guys, what if we just leave? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I don't have time for this. I was just supposed to come out for like a drink and a bite to eat, and then I have shit to do. You know, I had to get all this ready, get the house ready, charge all my batteries last night, all kinds of stuff, you know? Like, I got a business to run. Sorry. Well, they're like, well, I guess. Well, Bob, you go up there and tell her that we need our check. Because I'm like, okay. So I go up there and I said, hey, we just want to cash out and cancel our food. She's like, I'm like, just let me know what we owe for our drinks and stuff thus far. We're done. And she's like, seriously? And she's just staring at me like pissed off. And I'm like, yeah, we've been here for like an hour and a half. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, just tell us what we owe you and we're going to take off. And she's just like, okay. So I see her go and tell the cook or whatever, and he looks all pissed off and stuff, and I swear to God, it looks like he just started cooking our food then. I mean, there were people, like, multiple tables that came, or that arrived after we had gotten there, ate and left before we, like, even got our food. I'm like, this is crazy. So then she kept stalling. She comes over, well, hey guys, are you sure about this? Blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, just let me know what we owe you. She's like, well, but the food's almost ready. It's almost ready in just a couple minutes. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's been an hour and a half. This is ridiculous. And so everyone at the table is like, oh, well, Bob, you know, anywhere else we go, it's going to take another hour and blah. I'm like, I don't care, guys. It's the point. Like, why do you want to pay for service like this? And so the lady comes back in another 5 minutes, and she's like, I'm like, what is the problem here? Like, I told you we were leaving like 10 minutes ago. Like, let's do this. And she's like, yeah, but, you know, he's about to plate the burgers and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I gave you guys those pickle fries on me. You know, that I was paying for those. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, tell me how much those cost. Tell me how much we spend on drinks. We're getting out of here. And she was like all pissed off. She's like, well, it's coming in a couple minutes. And, you know, the whole time, it reminded me of, like, so it was like 7:30 or something at that point. We got there at somewhere around 6:30. So, you know, it reminds me of, like, there was a skit that a comedian did once years ago, and he was talking about how, like, you go to a restaurant and they dick you around and dick you around and dick you around, and then, you know, once you get pissed off and complain or whatever, then you're like, oh, here, let me give you this $2 cup of soup. And then they hand it to you, and you're all excited, and oh yeah, I won and shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, It was like a $5 appetizer split amongst 4, maybe 5 people, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I'm like, guys, this is crazy. Like, so I don't even know what to say. So I was beyond Thunderdome hangry. I had to walk out of the place because I was just like, this is like all the locals that like frequent the bar, or regulars, or whatever you want to call them. They're like all sitting at the bar, like looking back at us and keep staring at us and giving us this look. And I'm like, I'm not from around here. I don't give a fuck about your guys' dirty looks or whatever. Like, I don't really care. Like, this is ridiculous service. And Ashley was like, oh, this is the second time this happened, blah blah blah. She's like, this place is terrible. Last time we came, it took an hour and a half and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? What are you gonna do? And you know, they're a little bit west of me, the city that we're in, and it's a little bit more rural or country or whatever you want to call it. So I mean, typically life is a lot slower and whatever. I get that, like I understand that, but this was just absolutely bonkers. Ashley wanted another drink. The lady never came back to check on us, so like Ashley had to go and stand up at the bar to get another drink. And we're just sitting there like, what the hell is happening here? So that was my excitement for the night. So I walked out, and I'm standing out at Ashley's car. I didn't drive there, which is not my style. Like, we were having a drink or two before and all that, and I was feeling a little loopy because we were drinking without eating. So I was like standing in the parking lot like, wow, I cannot believe this. This happens every time I don't drive places. Like, I just want to leave and I'm stuck. And we were too far from their house for me to walk back to my car. And I'm just like, damn. So after a few minutes, you know, Ashley comes out and she comes storming out. And I'm like, oh God, like, now what? Like, I thought she was going to come out and yell at me and be like, Bob, you're such an asshole and whatever. And I said, you know, so she comes walking up to me. I'm like, Ash, I didn't create a scene in there. I literally walked up there and said, hey, we just want our check. We're going to bounce. That's it. We're done. I didn't cuss her out, call her names, nothing. I just said, we're getting out of here. And she's like, no, I can't do it anymore. She's like, I cannot do it. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, I can't sit there and eat. She's like, everyone in that whole place is staring at us now. She's like, I will not do it. She's like, it's ridiculous. I was like, oh. I was like, all right. I thought you were coming out to yell at me for causing all that or something. I don't know. Like, the girls were the ones that told me to be like, hey, Bob, go up there and tell her we want her check. So me and Ash are sitting in the parking lot. She's like, I'm not going back in there. I'm done. I'm done with this stuff. Luke's other buddy calls out from the place. I'm pissed. I'm fired up. He calls out from the place, hey, where you guys going? If you're not coming back, I'm gonna eat your food. And I was like, what? I'm like, fuck. I told him to F off. I don't know if he liked that or not, but I don't really care. I don't know this guy, and he was annoying as hell. So, having said all that, you know, when I was younger, I was, you know, like, wondered how, like, old people, how they get, like, so set in their ways. Almost like how they become, like, assholes or whatever. And maybe, like, yesterday was, like, that moment for me. Like, I was just like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I don't know anyone around here. I don't care about any of these people or anything. And I'm like, this is the worst interaction I've ever had eating, ever. And, you know, all my friends are just, like, responsible white people. They're like, oh, well, it's gonna come. It'll be okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay, even when it does come. So having said that, I felt guilty because, like I said, all I wanted to know was how much I owed, or we owed, so we could get out of there. So I went back in, threw some cash on the table, walked back out, and the food was sitting on the table at that point. And they're like, hey, you gonna eat this? I'm like, dude, I can't even right now. This is ridiculous. And the audacity of the server, I told her the situation and said, just cash us out, we're leaving. And she was like, really? Oh no, and all this stuff. And I'm like, we're done here. Like, she kept stalling and stalling and stalling. So I guess she got some money out of us or something. I don't know. I don't know what, if they ended up paying or not, but it, man, like, I'm so lately, or like just in general, I'm sick of life fucking me. Like, everything I do, like my car. I've been working on my car. I'm doing a simple brake pad change, not caliper or not drums, drum change, shoes, not none of that. Not even a rotor change, just pads. It should take like an hour tops. That's if I'm just messing around. And my thing seized up. Now I got to order $200 worth of parts and tools to fix this, and it's gonna take me like days or another week of working on my stupid car. So where I'm going with this is, I'm just sick of life fucking me over. And, you know, like, some of these people, the way they run their businesses and stuff, they're just like, well, you know, I'm fucking shit, whatever, like, deal with it. And I'm just like, if Luke and I ran our business that way, we would have no income at all. Zero. I get speechless when I interact with people or have run-ins like this, and I don't even understand it. Like, and my friends or whoever we were out with last night didn't even really have my back. I'm like, guys, let's go. They're like, well, yeah, this sucks, but you know, the food's gonna be ready in a little bit, and if where are we gonna go? I'm like, it doesn't matter where we go, anywhere. Somewhere, McDonald's, I don't care. There's just so many aspects of life where people are so numb and dumbed down to where, like, being treated like shit is normal. It's okay. It's just, like, that's the status quo. And I can't tolerate that stuff. You know, when the server was like, oh, I'll give you an appetizer and I'll get you a shot or whatever, she didn't get us a shot or a drink, and it took her 30 minutes or whatever, 20, 30 minutes to get us an appetizer, and this was after she fucked up. Like, that should have been the first thing, like, oh, let me get that for you, like, now. So, you know, everyone thinks they're so smart and that they're, you know, the coolest shit to walk the earth and whatever. I don't really care. Sure, yeah, you're a beautiful butterfly, fucking whatever, but don't try to fucking play me. So having said that, let's get this day started. I'm a little full of fire today because of all this bullshit last night. I did get some sleep. I got about almost 8 hours of sleep last night. I got to bed about 11 p.m., maybe a little bit after. Got up at almost 7. Stay tuned for more. Alright, what's happening? So it is about 11, it's 5 minutes to 11 a.m. and they have us booked today from noon until 10 p.m. and I'm at Luke's house now, and I got the truck all loaded up with my stuff. I just threw his cooler in there. So we packed a cooler. We got some pop, soda if you're not from the Midwest, and I put a bunch of sandwiches in baggies and Ziploc bags. So I'd like to try to stop before we go over there. I need to stop and get some ice for the cooler. Luke wants to stop and ship something out. It's saying it's going to be about a 25-minute drive to get to the initial meeting place. So we're meeting at someone's house for where the girls are getting ready at noon. And then we'll be going somewhere for the reception, or I'm sorry, the ceremony, and then a different place for the reception. So it was sprinkling a little bit earlier. It's not really showing up on the camera, but it's it's overcast right now, and we're trying to figure out what the weather's gonna do, but I guess we'll find out. I packed one umbrella. I don't know what Luke's doing, so I think he's finally got all of his stuff in a pile, and it's always fun to watch him do that. I wish I could record that. It takes him like 1 to 2 hours just to get all of his stuff kind of roped together, so it's all scattered every time. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. So stay tuned for more. Use the button, or you can use the edges, like those to move it.
Oh, okay. So you do have a joystick.
Yeah. All right, here we are behind the scenes. All right, we're pestering the locals. All right, so here we are. We got the details shot, the dress shot. The bride will be ready in about 45 minutes or so. So we
I don't want to full one.
We're eating a sandwich. I do.
You do?
Yeah. So we got our cooler packed. We've gotten ice. So see you out there.
Oh, I thought you walked out.
No, what do you?
Is 1-4 sharp or no?
No, 2-0 minimum.
Stay on yard for a second. I'm just gonna get a test shot.
All right, here we are. We got the bride's Subi rumbling around here. What do we got to do? Marvin Gaye was an old singer that sang the original song called "Let's Get It On." So the new song by Acorns, or whatever his name is he says, "Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on." So we just anyway. Oh, hello there. We just got to the church, and we can't figure out how to get into the church. I may have gotten a red light ticket turning through an intersection. Not sure how that works because I'm not driving my car, so I don't think they can enforce that. Other than that, yeah, how you doing?
I'm really tired. Is it over yet? Yeah.
So we're in the church.
I can't breathe.
No air conditioning, and it's very hot in here.
I can't even see you. And windshield wipers on my shades.
Alright, so what we're doing is just getting all of our lighting and stuff set up ahead of time. We got to get the triggers.
We're supposed to be doing pictures right now.
We need to get the triggers too.
Okay,
we need to get the triggers.
Those are in my orange bag.
Alright, we need to get those wired up though.
No, we need to be.
Alright, so here we are. We just realized we're not going to have any time after the ceremony to do any pictures or anything. So we got to do venue shots and all that. So I got my tripod, and we're going to try to make this happen. Stay tuned for more. Alright, so we have ceremony starting in about 5 minutes here, and we are just getting ready for that.
Hey, upside down means it's used.
Used? Okay. Alright, so it's about 347,
like a 16
350.
gig card. That's why that's full.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Bob, his sister is right here.
Going to go into a different type of adventure. And there's going to be highlights and low lights. And there's going to be a lot of good things that happen, and then there might be problems that might happen. But you're getting married in churches, so you already recognize that God can be of help and be blessed by God, and He'll be in your marriage, not just today, because of the marriage day, but
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3.
Did you want them leaning like that, Luke?
No. What are you doing, Mr. Gray? And actually, I want. You guys are good.
Good. Now, let's do some more. Can you actually just how do you want to do a shoe shot?
3-6. Look at us.
Look at that.
Sorry.
Woo!
Eric's flowers a little bit for me, please?
Are we doing the?
Good. Good. It's good.
Are we doing the angle thing now?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a wee little bit.
All right. Stephanie, back up just a little bit. Kelly, back up just a little bit.
Is that video?
Good. Good.
It's behind the scenes video here.
Ready?
All right, we're ready, bro.
1, 2, 3.
Why are you guys talking? They're talking.
Alright, what?
Hey, Luke, how you doing?
Good.
All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, here we are. Cobra's birthday, Nighthawk. My Nighthawk? No, wait, you're Dragon. I thought I was Nighthawk. I'll be whatever you want me to be, bro.
This is
all right.
This is Nighthawk and Cobra. Just want to wish Cobra a happy birthday, all right? Big 5-3 tonight. Only happens once.
I think I'm Dragon now. I don't know. I'm Dragon. This is Cobra. And when we combine our forces.